The thing I love most about beekeeping is having a new perspective on nature. I see the outdoors a lot differently than I did before. I saw a documentary that followed a beekeeper around, and I thought, oh, that is such a cool thing, something I feel like I could do. And I started getting books and taking classes and really learning more about it. About 10 years later, I got my first beehive, and I started in my backyard. I really got bit by the bug. I'm Nicole Buergers, founder of B2B Honey Collective in Houston, Texas. You're definitely not doing beekeeping to become rich, trust me. Most people are beekeeping because they are gardeners. They want the extra pollination. Other motivations include honey. Some people are mead makers. They want honey to homebrew. Other people are really doing it just to be part of the environment, part of nature. It's a very cathartic hobby for a lot of people. When I first started beekeeping, I had a full-time job at a marketing agency. I had this idea for this business. I thought it was just going to be kind of a weekend project, a side hustle. But the more I thought about it, I just became obsessed with the idea for this business. I really just couldn't sit behind a desk anymore. I wanted to be outside. I wanted to be with the bees. One day, I ended up quitting my job.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and I'm an internet marketer, cheesemonger at the Houston Dairy Maids, and resident beekeeper at the Houston Makerspace. I care about honeybees. That's why I'm launching the B2B Honey Collective.
A lot of trial by fire, to be honest, with no idea what I was doing. My boyfriend is an entrepreneur. He runs his own business, so I really leaned on him to help me kind of learn the ropes. B2B Honey Collective is a beekeeping services mentorship company. It's an educational collective where we're creating new beekeepers and by byproduct offering hyper-local honey by neighborhood. 3 years in, got to the point where I felt I could afford to hire another employee, and that coincided with me starting at Urban Harvest Farmers Market. I ended up being able to rent a kitchen shortly thereafter. It's just grown and blown up since then. Starting in March, when people started staying at home, a lot of people turned to their backyards, to their gardens. Kim here in Woodland Heights, she was one of those people. She's like, I've always wanted to do this. I'm a gardener. I'm ready to learn bees. So we got started, and yeah, my phone was ringing off the hook. B2B is here to help any sort of beekeeper at any stage. And we also do honey harvesting for folks. If you're a member of the collective, if you're part of the mentorship program, B2B does take a percentage of the harvest, and that's what we sell, and that helps fund the mentorship program. Each harvest that we do tastes different. So this harvest here in Woodland Heights is going to taste different than a harvest in Montrose. Honey is such a cool product. Honey represents a very specific time capsule of a very specific time and place. Houston is a wonderful place to beekeep. We're very green and a lot of gardeners, trees, the weather. It's a really wonderful place for bees. And Houston is an incredible foodie haven. They appreciate and they understand hyperlocal food. They appreciate the effort that it takes to make it. Houston is really the perfect place to have a honey business, honestly. What I would tell someone who is looking to make a change in their career or their job is at some point you have to make a move. You cannot be miserable. This is your life. I don't want to be on my deathbed and be like, oh, I spent my life turning in, reports. I wanted to be different. I wanted to contribute something to Houston, to this environment. That was just me personally, and I think that's in all of us, honestly.